Oh, they do the steam train.
Track 1, no defects.
There's two here. What?
Is there a train coming?
Yeah. Track. Ah. Told you. NS 370. Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum. Track 1, no defects. That was short. There goes the end of NS 370. In about 1 minute.
3426 is Sky, release show authority on all tracks, SAS 23rd Street, NAS Alton Park. Show you off track in the clear. 1114 VSB, over.
At the version clear, Citico, 370. 107, what's your Z number over? 3760. 37607, over. Alright, thank you. Dispatch, over. Alright, Mr. Beach, you have shot
shut time behind is 1:43. According to the NS operating rules, effective time is 11:25 in the AM, 11:25 in the AM, over. Where are you going, boss? I missed the beach. I'm sorry, I didn't hear any of that. You got stepped on. Dispatch, over. 13. Over. Go ahead, Mr. Short. There, I don't know if they can break or release on it.
One passed a few minutes before this one. That was the boxcar train you saw was 370. This is either 295 or 201.
Mr. Short, where are you working at, over? That's not going to happen for a while, Mr. Short. Okay, I can give you co-headed along. Alright, stand by.
No. Third generation.
RW Short, channel 2, please.
Main tower. Yes, sir. Permission to come on in the yard. We got 95 clear. Yes, 95 on. Pull through the east thoroughfare. We get southeast crossing. We'll cross over to number 1 if that yard clears out of the way down. East thoroughfare and south is east thoroughfare cut off. We'll get me now, huh? South to east fair room. What's that thought?
You sent me one, go ahead. What did you say about newlyweds? Do you need somebody to come out here to have a job recheck? Give them a call. Be safe close to the house.
And
He's just sitting there. He stopped.
Oh no, he's still going on. Let's get that train. Let's get one train. Let's get that train.
Station. Count automatic grade crossing warning device malfunction. Now I'm not to pronounce this. It's Os Kaluga. Spelled OOCHALOOGA road crossing. It's OWA 78-78.0 on all tracks. Flagger, no. Over.
Here it comes. In U.S. sewn denim. Here it comes.
Number 93.
Yeah.
1147, 1147, TSP over. This is Manchester. City dispatch, over.
Leslie RS 5P horn.
And swap, over. Yes, sir.
Had an XCSX unit. Did you get a picture?
Yeah.
What? Look, I got the train through there.
exit over there?
Yeah.
Which way will we be?
Here.
That way?
Here.
Should we get over with them?
Yeah, that'll annoy the other passengers, Jay.
Most importantly.
That younger guy down there got a picture of the train.
Cool.
You see the CSX on there, Dad?
Mom, I'm sitting.
That's my third train today. That makes me at 18 trains I've seen this trip. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw one when we got back.
Well, we can only hope we don't.
Whatever.
Jay, have you not seen enough?
Dude, are they slowing down? Look, do they seem to be going just a little slower now?
Wouldn't this be a lot nicer than driving if you went faster? Yeah. Do we have trouble trains? Yeah, Amtrak. But I rode it from Columbia to Tampa once, took 8 hours. Oh my goodness. Do they stop a lot?
I
Yes.
don't know what train this is. It could be 132, could be
I
178.
picked you up at 11 o'clock at night, so you rode all night. Which was okay.
We are on the GVRM train, diesel train.
Facing that way?
And we hit the car. Almost
Killed him? How fast were you going?
I have no idea. That was a sick. I just noticed the train stopped.
Check the last step.
174, as soon as you clear your track authority up for maintenance away, we'll get you around to the depot.
I'm waiting to see. There might be.
We can move over here. Let's move over here.
No, I'm filming, Mom.
Or you move over here. Move over here.
Wait a second, JB. Wait a second, Jace. Here, we'll have to
This
sit
is a
across from
big
each other,
time
okay?
freight.
Alright, let's go. Last set of 4. Keep going. Thank you.
Hello.
See if I can film other people.
Yeah, we've got sets of 4 if you want to think about it that way across the aisle.
Okay.
I'm kind of slow. They're going around a turn down there, a corner.
No, oops.
No, you're good there. Now, somebody comes back here, you'll have to give it to them.
What is ARMN 110565? This is a long freight. I'm already at about 5 minutes here. Some of my videos, because I got 3 trains in one video, it took 17 minutes to film.
Oh, cute.
Let me see.
178.
Jay, enough.
I don't say that in my video.
I don't think we're eating.
Oh, they're slowing. Look, an old Southern Railway car. Check it. See it?
Hold on a second.
I'm stuck. If I can ever go out to Wyoming or Washington, I'm definitely riding on the UP steam trains. That would be the ride of my life right there.
Does that mean you have to urinate?
They could go about 100 miles an hour.
You need to go to Europe and ride on the bullet train.
What's it called?
TGV in France.
Yeah.
Here comes the end of what I believe is NS Manifest Train 178. Queer Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum. And there It goes.
See what we're doing?
Oh, wow.
Trying to get my attention.
I've never ridden. I can't have my head out. I like some kind of
Just so you know, your limits are the CP wide, and nothing in the CP bucket. I understand. That's right, we'll be coming up on a mud spot, be on a rock cut wall once you get into the straightaway.
I think Wade White works here.
Who?
Wade. Friend from Oakdale.
really?
Sometimes he goes down to Florida to work on certain engines.
We should have brought our wrenches. We could have climbed up on an engine and snagged the horn. Right?
What?
We should have brought our wrenches. We could have climbed up on an engine and snagged the horn. No?
No.
I'm just kidding.
Why are we stopping?
Now I just gotta go forward.
It's the Wesley RS5T, so that's got 2 more chimes than what mine has. You can see your men's and women's room down there. How old do you think these cars are?
From the 30s.
Wait, really? Wow. Have they been refurbished since then?
Totally.
Maybe new upholstery, but that's about it.
I think John was a bit off when he said 3 miles. It's more like 6.
He said 3 miles one way.
Oh. Guess you got it then.
I don't have it.
It's in the bag.
Hold on.
Hey, hey, hey.
Stay home, huh?
And how's everybody doing?
Good.
Good.
How many freight trains do you think pass here a day?
Probably about 20 or so, I'd have to say.
Up at the cliff where I was, there's about 80 or 90 in a 24-hour period.
Thank you. You're welcome.
That's in downtown, though. Because you got CSX and NS combined.
Right. Yeah, on a busy day, probably 20
If
to
you look to
30.
your left in the direction of travel, you'll see what appears to be a gravel road. This is where the original 1858 East Tennessee and Georgia Tri-Highway began. The line was raised to its current position in 1915 due to frequent flooding in the early 1900s. And in just a few moments, you'll see a tree with a yellow line marker indicating how high the floodwaters were gotten during the Great Flood of 1867 at about 9 feet above ground level.
Yeah, that's the free trains we've been seeing online. Oh, okay.
Going over Chickamauga Creek.
No, I guess you couldn't have. Go back that way.
And making our way towards our second bridge of the journey. This bridge will take us over the Western and Atlantic Railroad. This was the very first completed line headed into Chattanooga. It's currently owned by the state of Georgia, and they lease it out to CSX.
Can't see what's
There's your main lines down there.
Now, this line was also made famous in history for its use in the Great Locomotive Chase, which tells us the story of a group of 20 men known as Andrews Raiders. They were Union spies led by James Andrews. Their mission with their raid was to commandeer Confederate engines and do as much damage as possible to the tracks as they made their way north to Chattanooga. On the morning of April 12, 1862, the men boarded the train in the middle of Georgia, making its way towards Kennesaw, Georgia, or what was then known as Big Shanty, where the passengers and crew would stop for breakfast. When the train became unoccupied, Andrews Raiders made their move and began uncoupling the cars and taking off with the engine general. However, the Confederate conductor, William Fuller, noticed his own locomotive leaving without him and immediately gathered his crew together to chase after the engine general, first by foot, then by push car. Eventually, they got their hands on 3 separate locomotives, even going full speed in reverse on a locomotive known as the Texas. The Union spies did not successfully carry out their raid, as they had to abandon their stolen locomotive just 3 miles short of reaching their destination of Chattanooga, where they fled to the woods to escape capture. However, all 20 men were taken captive and placed in 3 Confederate prisons. Most of the men made it out alive, except for 8 unlucky souls, including the leader, James Andrews, would be hanged in Atlanta, Georgia for being spies. In 1866, the city of Chattanooga would erect a bronze monument of a replica of the engine general as a reminder of the historic chase, and it also informs us that many of these men were the first recipients of the Congressional Medal of Honor.
Wow. I heard the steam train blowing yesterday.
Yeah.
Didn't you hear that?
I don't know if they just use this engine to decorate it to look like Thomas. Like, you know, the kids could come and ride. Oh, really? Oh, that's cute.
Now approaching our 3rd bridge of the journey, going over Tunnel Boulevard.
Over.
16T. No, CSX.
Brewing your joy. Really? Nice car. Oh, yeah.
Where?
We're now making our way towards Missionary Ridge Tunnel. This tunnel was completed in 1858, and it is 986 feet long. It was dug up completely by hand during this time period, as dynamite would not be invented until after the Civil War, and black powder was not used due to the 2 natural water reservoirs located underneath the tunnel. When you hear our locomotive blow its horn, that's an indication to everyone that we are about to enter the tunnel. Once inside, it will get dark. So please feel free to plot any flashlights on your cell phones or elsewhere so you can see just how close we get to the tunnel walls. At times, it is less than 10 inches.
We get stuck.
Did I tell John thanks for suggesting that?
Jay, are you going to film this whole thing? Let's turn it that way.
Awesome. Oh, we're going fast.
Jay.
During the Civil War, there was heavy fighting near Missionary Ridge Tunnel as Confederate and Union troops battled for Chattanooga. Making our way to the East Chattanooga Depot area, you do have the opportunity to get off the train and go on our guided tour to view the working turntable, as well as go inside the repair shop where you can see the restorations take place.
Norfolk Southern.
Go ahead. We passed you northeast derail. Thank you. Thank you guys. Good trip. Alright, thank you.
Are we going to get to go in the shops?
I don't, yeah.
Didn't they say that?
Yeah, but we're doing this first.
By 480 volts there.
Over here, you get to see the motor. Runs on the train. That is cool. Oh my goodness, I think we are. Yes, he'll turn and he'll go to that.
How the train gets
Just for everyone's safety, if we could stay behind the yellow line at all times. So this turntable in front of you was built in 1916 by the American Bridge Company. And it was used in Macon, Georgia for the Central Georgia Line shop there. It would stay there until the end of World War II when steam locomotives would become longer and the turntable could no longer sustain their weight. Later it would be moved to Cedartown, Georgia until 1982 when the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum would purchase it and bring it to its current location. Now our turntable weighs 80 tons, it is 80 feet long. Add our locomotive onto that, that's another 150 tons. So it might surprise you to learn that this turntable used to be turned by hand. There would be 4 poles extended, 2 from either side of the table, and gentlemen would turn the locomotive around. Now, once our locomotive is onto the table, you'll notice a dip in the far end side, indicating to our engineer and the man in the box that our locomotive is balanced and ready to be turned 180 degrees. It'll go from track 1 to track 2, where it will recouple on the other side of the train, allowing us to head in the correct direction for our return trip. So what was in the front of the train on the way here will now be in the back. What was in the back of the train will now be in the front. Once our locomotive has turned all the way around, I'll lead you guys to the repair shop. Just a reminder, stay behind that yellow line. repair shop.
There's your Southern 6914. Southern Crescent.
Muscle power, or strong carriages, or just walking. We're going to have our first automobile for another 50 years.
What?
The first airplane until 1903. So imagine how exciting it would be to get a passengers could travel to distant cities faster and more efficiently than ever before. In fact, many major cities in the United States didn't even exist prior to the railroads. Major cities like Chicago or Atlanta. These cities were founded and industrialized because of the railroading industry. The expansion of railroads created what Chattanooga is today, transforming it from a small village to its ever-growing city. Between 1850 and 1859, several rail lines coming into Chattanooga were being built, making the city an important destination or through point during the Civil War as well as World War I. So railroads have given us the ability to travel to distant cities faster than ever before, the opportunity to create new cities, they created an entire business full of job opportunities, and they literally even changed time. Prior to the railroads, 1 o'clock in one city might have been 10 or 15 minutes ahead or behind 1 o'clock in a neighboring city. Before the railroads, there was no standardization of time in the United States. So to ensure that your train would come on time in your city, the railroading industry had to create the first ever standard time. And only then did it become a national law to have a standard time in the United States. So the method of tracking time as you know it now is really all thanks to the railroads. So just from these facts, you can see that the railroading industry has had an important role in changing our country's history, which is one of the main reasons that the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum was founded. The museum was founded in 1961 by a group of local gentlemen who didn't want to see these locomotives and cars vanish from their rich history. In the early years of the museum's creation, these men spent most of their time securing donations, raising funds, and receiving any railroading equipment donations they could from railroads around the country. Fast forward a couple of decades of extremely hard work, we're now in 1982, and we've built up membership, which enabled us to buy that turntable you just saw outside, as well as fund this shop we're standing in. So now I'm going to point out a few things in the shop and tell you a bit about what we do here. Everyone can look at the ceiling in the middle of the shop. There's a big yellow crane. It goes left to right, forwards and backwards, and can lift up to 10 tons into the air. Does anyone here have a guess as to how much a lightweight coach car, like the ones you're riding in today, might weigh in tons? Any guesses? 150 tons, great guess. Anybody else? 80, 70, awesome. So a general lightweight coach car does weigh around 60 or 70 tons. So we're not lifting any cars into the air with our crane, just bits and pieces that we move in the shop to work on, and then move back to the appropriate spots. Now to the left of me, underneath this car, we have our drop pit area. It allows us to go underneath our cars and locomotives to see up close what needs to be fixed and or worked on. We also available to us the use of 4 jacks that can lift entire cars and locomotives up into the air. It's a whole lot easier for everyone if we leave our cars on the ground on the track lines that go all the way into our shop. Now another important part of the shop is located all the way in the back. They are sort of hidden, but there are 3 machines that are absolutely necessary to maintain and turn the wheels that go on steam locomotives like the ones right outside. Now, steam locomotive wheels require a special type of tire. It's not a rubber tire like you have on your cars, but it's a tire made of steel. And you absolutely must have these 3 machines to adhere that steel tire onto steam locomotive wheels. We're the only shop in the nation in North America with all 3 machines functioning. So that means when other railroad shops and museums need their steam locomotive wheels worked on, they send them to us. The most recent shipments come all the way from Alaska as well as Central Florida. Now, 95% of our cars at the museum were at one point retired. We had the original owners found it more lucrative just to buy brand new cars instead of spending a whole lot of time and a whole lot of money trying to restore and renovate them. But that's where companies like ours step in. When we receive these retired cars, and we get to fix them. So typically on our front 2 track lines right here, we'll just have our more short-term projects. They use a little bit of fine-tuning before they're back on the tracks. The back of our shop will have our more long-term projects. Some of these cars don't see the light of day for several years. The one on my right is our 610 steam locomotive. And if we do decide to restore it, it would make it our 3rd operating steam locomotive here at the museum. As I mentioned earlier, most of our cars are retired. Sometimes we receive cars, they don't have floors. They don't have ceilings. We get to fix that. Other times we can replace all the windows on cars. Add air conditioning to cars that have floors. New lighting, new carpeting, new upholstery, always something to do with the shop and always busy.
2634, Copper, Mr. Holloway. 258 and actually the following speed. I have a 10 that's 10 miles per hour on main track. Milepost OWA 128.3, milepost OWA 128.4. Yes, on the sign. Over.
If anyone has any questions or comments, please feel free to ask me or our conductor. Otherwise, we're going to take a left and board back on our train and depart shortly. Thank you.
Stopped right there. Yep, there was an NS employee down there. There we see him for the trees. Dude, I'm filming people photograph us.
What?
I got videos of people taking pictures of us. There's a smoker.
My brain has too many tabs open. I need that shirt.
Get your soda bottle and throw it out.
All right.
Well, what'd y'all think? Pretty good?
Yeah. They're gonna wait until we get here, aren't they?
Sorry, I don't speak. Somebody does like that.